First and foremost, I want to firstly thank God for the opportunity and thank the governor of Abia State for finding it wise to place me in this portfolio. Of course, our agenda is summarized under grassroots sports development. Whatever we want to do in sports, we want to go down to the hinterlands, go back to drawing boards, the local government, catch them young and give them opportunities to different sporting activities. And by so doing, of course, you realize with me that sports development taken to the background will give rise to discovery of talents. So my agenda for sports is to go down to the roots, catch them young, give them opportunities to excel in life. The aim of Abia State School Sports Festival is one, to present sporting activities outside the football, which every youth know, because these days whenever you talk about sports, youth's mind goes into football. We want to decentralize that concentration on just football by exposing 18 different sporting events or activities to the grassroots, to the youth domiciled in Abia State. And of course, outside that, we aimed at exposing talents, because by the time you expose 18 different sporting activities to over 5,000 youths that will be participating in our events, you find out that talents in different skills will be discovered. And beyond that, when talents are discovered, trainings are empowered, of course, you find out that Abia State, at the end of this event, the end of our tenure, you find out that it will be a household name in different type of sporting activities. And of course, the benefit to youths will be less dependent on white-collar jobs. Youths will combine pure academics with sporting events. You also find out that within this period, sports promoters will be on ground to pick people for overseas training and scholarship. And the youths have a lot to gain beyond the awards to be given, the internal scholarship to be given, and the medals and cups. It's okay. Beyond the Abia State School Sports Festival, you understand that we have the one that is facing us in few weeks to come, Edo, the National Sports Festival, Edo. You also agree with me that we have so much disabled athletes in Sports Council representing our state. And I want to let you know that in the Para Games, Abia State is taking the first lead in the whole Nigeria in weightlifting, in taekwondo, in shot put. It's on record. And to help as a ministry what is happening in the Sports Council, to translate it to our students, because in our schools we also have disabled ones that don't have access to the Sports Council. After this school sports festival, we are coming up again with para sporting activities for those ones that are disadvantaged, physically disadvantaged, that are in our schools. So our ministry will be busy throughout our tenure, one project to the other, and we are so blessed that our governor is gracious enough to always support us, approve our projects, because they are rooted in youth sports development. Our programs for youth is summarized in few projects I'm going to outline now. The first one is the one we have not actually given it a name, but we have started working with the Nigerian Export Promoters Promotion Council, where youths in entrepreneurship, youths in small-scale businesses will be supported by Exports Council to export their goods, their wares, their services to overseas for, of course, for international businesses. Because before now, you find out that youth used to complain of capitals to enter into businesses, not to talk about exporting their wares. They just end up in the locality. But our discussion with the Nigerian Exports Promoters Council is to give Abia youths. We have already gone 99% in agreement with them. We are just putting one or two together so that we invite them. They talk to our youths, talk to those that are handy, those that doesn't have the capital to actually enter into exportation businesses, so that their products, their wares, their services can be channeled through the special products of the National Promoters Council, so that their goods can go overseas, sell, and these youth stay in Nigeria to make foreign currencies in the simple things they do in Aba, in Omahia, in Akwete, in Arochukwu, and Ohafe. So these are the packages we are having. It's a special program, Export Promotion Council program, exclusively for the youths. That one is coming on board immediately after this sports festival. We don't want to start releasing names now, so that it is still within the thinkers corner, but it's almost done. Youth will also benefit. Another one is the one we want to empower youth, not only empowering youth by way of engaging them into different skills, the ICT, the agricultural, the tailoring, the technical automobiles and etc. We don't just want to empower them, train them and leave them on their own. We want to empower them and at the same time link them to banks, to grants, like the one of Tony Lumenu that we just, the seminar we just had for youth. It's a test run. We just test run that 2 days ago that happened in Roots restaurants, where our young youth that are into skills came to know how to prepare their budgets, their reports, their applications to Tony Lumenu Foundation for grants, because Tony Lumenu and so many other financial or humanitarian organizations that are there to sponsor and to aid youths. So Abia youths are also going to benefit from such developments. Beyond this, the governor has given us mandate to reserve in Silver Games Village. Now, that place used to husband every sporting activities, but now the place is moribund, the place structures are gone down. Governor has set up an interministerial committee to look into a conversion, not only converting that place to an Abia State Youth Empowerment Center or village, where everything you require of youth, all the skills, the mechanics, the tailoring, the barbing, the iron works, whatever you name it, carpentry, all of them will be happening there. There will be trainers that will be coming to train our youths, and it is expected that 6 monthly youths will be raised from each local government. About 30 or 40 youths will be raised from each local government at a particular time, will be rounded up in that center for different kind of trainings, so that at each training they will be empowered to produce whatever they have learned for the state, for themselves, where visitors can come in, who needs any product can come there and buy. That place is expected to have sales showroom, expected to have workshop, expected to have even dormitories. You don't come there and go. If it's a 6 months tenure that we have projected, you stay there 6 months, you have your restaurant, you eat, and after 6 months you find out that you are equipped enough to work for the state, or equipped enough to go outside the camp and start a better life out there. These are the programs we have. It's self-reliance. We want to let Abians know that at the end of our tenure, there is no how we will not produce over 5,000 self-reliant youths that are not dependent or are not waiting for their brothers or their sisters, are also waiting for white-collar jobs. We want to ensure that the Japan of Africa, that it is known from Aba, is also extended as a whole to the whole youth of Abia State. So these are part and few of the programs we have for youth. Beyond that, there's another one we call Youth Summit. Youth Summit is a program we decided to fragmentize into local governments. We have about 17 local governments, whereby we have been inaugurating local government per local government. Youths that will engage or organize a summit for their own local government, because every local government has a challenge, is separate from the next local government. What is obtainable in Isipato local government might not be what is obtainable in Ongwa. So we allow the youths to give the ministry a package. What do you people want to achieve for your local government? The ministry will back it up with the necessary ministerial backings and ensure that your seminars for Isipato youths are done. The one for Obingwa is done. The one for Umuahia Central is done. So this is the way we want to fragmentalize this summit, that at the end of it, or after the 17 local government must have embarked on their respective summits, we can now have one state summit to round it up, picking the silent points that have been raised in these 17 local governments to make it a point for the state. These are the voice of the youth. These are what the youth wants. A summation of 17 local government summits, youth summits, will round up to let us know the position of Abia youth on issues. So these are the way we want to catch them young and make our administration youth participatory administration.
And it's sports generally.
Corruption, is almost everywhere. It's endemic and is in everywhere. It's even in the family. So the only way I know that corruption can live from the sporting activity is to ensure that the right people are put in place. Anybody that is given an opportunity to do a work should go beyond personal, emotional affiliations and do the right thing. Sporting activities is where you show your strength. It's either you're showing your strength as a team or you're showing your strength as a one-man squad. And you put in the best athletes to get you your medals. And beyond that, I also know that there are money motivations here and there. You cannot eradicate money in inducements. The only thing is the person giving and the person taking. We need to be morally upright and know that if nobody sees you, if government doesn't see you, if your colleagues doesn't see you, God is seeing you. I think that is the only way to eradicate corruption, if we have the Spirit of God within us. Outside that, it will be really very difficult. Put the right people at the right place. They have the interests of the state, they have the interests of the people at heart, and corruption will go. Well, what happened on that day was never expected. Nobody planned for it. It's just occurred and is very disappointing and embarrassment to the father of sports, which is the governor of Abia State, who sponsors, takes time to take care of these clubs. But most especially, we want you to understand that when two brothers are competing, so much heat, emotional heat is generated. I want to let you understand that what broke out that day is not per se among the players. It's not per se among the administrative sides, but I feel it is the hyper expressions from the fans, from the lovers of football, and it's an eye opener that when any event of such is happening, we will beef security. We will not feel that it is business as usual. It's an eye opener that where there are gatherings of people, anything can happen. You put in security as if there is an information that there is gonna be war. So that's gonna be a preventive measure we're going to take, and I don't want to talk too much on it because we have just formed a committee, high-powered committee, led by a retired Navy captain and a former governor of Cross River State, and the members are able knowledge people in the human affairs, administrative people. We have lawyers, we have high-ranking retired police officers in that committee that will be inaugurated today. They will be charged to look into the remote causes, preventions, rate of damages to human and materials. Then we take it from there. Let me not preempt what their work is going to look like. So on that note, I'll put a full stop to further discussing on the fight. Number one, when we say tangible is something you can hold. And in sports, outside the medals you can hold, I don't think we have had any tangibles, no tangible achievements, so to say. But I can tell you that in sporting wise, in Enyimba, we have ranked to the quarterfinals in the CAF Cup. Until we get the cup in our hands, I will tell you that this is a tangible achievement. But the God who has been leading us, I'm assuring Abians, I'm assuring football lovers and Nigerians that we are going to get the cups. So my intangible achievement is aiding the club to go through the hurdles and come to the quarterfinals. This is the only Nigerian club that is representing the country in CAF, and every other achievement, of course, tangible achievement will come after we win the cup. So I will put it in view. The next one is Sports Council. Before now, the staff and management of Sports Council, even the office will tell you that that place has been less active. Now we have called back all our angered athletes that have left the field. We have called back all the administrative staff that have one or two issues with administration. All of them are back with one spirit, because we need the united spirit to go to Edo Sports Festival to win medals for the state. But before now, there has been a competition, a world competition in Lagos that just ended a few days ago, where our para athletes won in weightlifting, won in shot put, and won in shot put, weightlifting, and weightlifting and powerlifting. These are three sporting events that we've won medals. Beyond that, the ministry is moving. We are in one accord, and they will also tell you that there is a new spirit. People don't take the office as our no man's business again. Now people see it as a business of everybody, because the commissioner by 8 o'clock is here. The commissioner cannot be here before you. The commissioner works overtime, and you see so many of them key in. So before tangible result comes, the intangibles will give room for the tangibles. So I'm assuring you that I'm satisfied that what I met on ground is not what it is now. Even with the accolades that are coming towards the events we want to host, which is the first biggest ever project school sports festival in the history of Abia State. Is an intangible. It is not tangible because you have no medals to win for doing that. It's an intangible achievement to me. We are bringing the three commissioners for youth and sports, Ebonyi State, Enugu, and Anambra, to this state. And the Minister of Youth and Sports has promised us coming to this state on the 28th of February at Osusamagwa Model School, Primary School, Obingwa, for the unveiling and kicking off ceremony of our school sports festival. This is the first time in the history of Abia State as a governor playing a duel or a competition or what have you with another governor. Ebonyi State governor is coming to Abia State to kickstart this event with our governor. It's an intangible achievement, but I know I have achieved a lot. And this is just within the first 4 months. What happens in the next 8 months? The Abia State sporting unit, the youth have not seen anything yet. They will see that there has never been the history of a youth commissioner like this. Is all over the air. In my ministry and beyond my ministry. You are a journalist. You go around and make your investigation, and the report or the results will let you know that the intangibles will soon be converted to tangibles, because as a reporter you need tangibles. You will get them soon. So thank you very much.